Yeah, you have completed. In the last class, we have completed the chapter 15. Just a recap of that chapter. What we have seen in that first chapter, 15th chapter. Anyone of you?
Uh, Krishna is everything.
Krishna is everything. Okay. First, this is the last part, what we have learned that in the last class, Krishna is everything. But the topics that are covered in the 15th chapter are this material world is upside down the banyan tree, and also the planets, the different everything, different things, the planets, everything are lying in their position due to the external hand of Krishna, and everything is under the modes of material modes. And also we know that they are two different, and how to cut off this material world access by DAS formula. Anyone of you can say the DAS formula? Mani Prabhu, go ahead.
DAS,
DAS formula.
Detachment.
DAS, the detachment to the material nature, attachment to
Hmm.
Krishna, service
Hmm.
or seva.
The service attitude or seva. This is the main thing what we are going to learn in this chapter 15. So, in this one, we have also seen that how we can at the time of transmigration stage, how we are going to into change. Because we know that Jiva is the part and parcel of Lord Krishna, and also all the five senses, they'll be changing each and every time. At the soul transformation, what we can, what are we thinking of that? We are going to get that type of the life. And also we know that Krishna is our maintainer and he is the protector, and he is not only, he is the one who is having two eyes of sun and moon, so that by the sun all the plants, everything are growing, by the moon all the juices are there, by the fire everything is digested, even your stomach, in your stomach, even without the fire of Vishwashwan, you can't digest the food what we have taken, only the palatable foods we have to take. And also we have going to this, the summary of Vedas and Vedantas. We have studied about the Trisloki Bhagavad Gita, and that at the who are the persons who are knowing, who will be knowing this knowledge. They are the persons who are having this divine qualities. So this is the point from where our 16th chapter starts. The 16th chapter is the divine and the demonic natures. So we have seen that the knowledge of Krishna is only known to the divine qualities, the person who is having. So at present we know that we are having both the qualities. Before you guys, there may be if in a family one person is bad, they used to keep that person out of that family. But nowadays, what is happening in Kali Yuga, we are only having the both the qualities, good and bad. Yes. So in the same way, now we are going to see in this chapter the divine qualities and the demonic qualities, and how we have to cut our demonic qualities. How we have to cut by the acts of the detachment, we have to cut the all the demonic qualities, and we must be attached towards Krishna in the mode of servitude. So how we have to come out of all these bad qualities? See, so I'll give you the difference of what are the divine qualities and the demonic qualities of this nature. And Krishna will explain each and everything in detail in this chapter. I'll just share the PPT so that you can. One can see it.
Yes, Mother.
Yes, Mother.
Yes, you can see. So 15 chapter describes the banyan. Okay, I'll make it. It's not coming up. Now you can see everything now. Yeah, in the 15th chapter, what we have described the banyan tree of the material world. But actually, the banyan tree is upside down because it is a reflection of the actual spiritual world because it is in the water. So this is where this is the spiritual world, this is the upright tree, and this is the inverted reflection. Inverted reflection is nothing but the perfect reflection of the spiritual world is material world. So these upper auspicious and divine matches, extra roots of are compared to the activities. And also in 16th, he'll be here. Krishna is going to explain us the divine qualities, how to elevate one to the three and leads ultimate liberation. What is our goal? Go back home to backhead. So in this chapter 16, we'll be also knowing about explains the demonic qualities. Divine qualities are explained and demonic qualities also are explained. So that ultimately we have to get rid of that demonic qualities and by doing by connecting to Krishna. See, in the previous chapter, what we have learned that Krishna described the banyan tree of material world, but its fruits have not been described. What are the fruits? Only the fruits are the good fruits and the bad fruits. What are the good fruits? Divine qualities, and whereas bad fruits are the demonic qualities in us. So if the saintly people means the good fruits are saintly qualities. If they are having saintly qualities, what is the result? They are going to have liberation. And whereas in the demonic qualities, what will be having bondage? They will be in the repeated cycle of birth and death. So now we'll take the differences. What are the differences we are having? See, if a person is of divine nature, he will always obey the God laws. He will always obey the laws of nature, and he isn't rebel against them. But if a demonic person is there, he will be rebelling against against that nature. If we can say then example, if you say the example, we can go for the Haridas Thakura. Haridas Thakura used to always obey the laws of nature. But how we are getting this divine and demonic qualities at first? Any one of you?
Uh,
How we
following
are getting this?
following the four regulative principles, the daily
Mhm.
chanting.
Okay, I am not asking that, Prabhu. How I am going to get? See, I just stop the share so that. See, now I'm having both good and bad qualities. How I'm getting this good qualities and bad qualities?
through chanting.
Yeah? By
Our,
chanting, I'm going to purify it.
by our attachment to the modes of nature.
Yeah, why? Good, Prabhuji. This is the main secret we have to know. How we are getting thing if it may be a divine quality or demonic quality, because as per we are under the control of modes and nature, as per our swabhava or the nature of the soul, we are attached to this divine qualities and demonic qualities. This is the main reason. If it is divine, he'll be always obedient. If he's a demonic, he'll be disobedient. If you take the obedient, suppose a father is having two sons. If a son is very obedient, what he will do, he will shower all his mercy, all his love, everything to the obedient person. And that obedient person will become the apple of his eye. Whereas the other fellow, he is every time disobeying to his father. So what he will be doing, he'll be chastising the disobedient person so that he may get his realization and he may also become obedient. So, but the qualities which we are getting that are due to our modes of nature. That is most important thing we have to never forget. We are not doing anything, but due to the modes of nature, we are doing everything. Because by the pressure of modes of nature, we are doing. How will be then the divine person will be there? The divine person is in which mode?
Mode of goodness.
Mode of goodness. If it is in demonic,
Mode of ignorance.
Ignorance.
mode of ignorance or mode of passion also will come under the demonic qualities. Okay. This is the main point. You have to understand that. So I came back to the roots. So obedient person is just like an apple. Apple of the eye in the sun, in the father. And whereas the demonic, they will be every time under against the laws. So if he's very obedient child, then he'll become he'll be getting lot of mercy, see lot of showering from his father. So he'll become naturally the way the habits, everything will be good. And if it is going to rebel, he is going to chastise. And if it is in a divine, he'll get lot of gifts also, no? Because he's very grateful. See, suppose if you take selfless service to the God and his children. Selfless service means here, if a person is there, if a person is married to the woman, he is getting children, and he is taking care of that family only for his sense gratification, then he is termed as a demonic in nature because he wants only his family, his extended family members to be for his own sense gratification. But if the in divine qualities, what he will see, he will see in such a way the person is the same. See, I'm saying that the person, the family, the members are one and the same, but how the person will be, if he is having a divine quality, he will see that his family members, his children, everything are given by the Supreme Lord, and he is just a take care. He's just a take care of all that because it is the duty that is given by the Lord. So his service is selfless. Whereas if a coming to the same person with the family, with the children, he is going to take care of only their children and their family and their extended family members only for his sense gratification and thinking that they are because their birth is caused by them, then that type of quality is a selfish quality and it is for their own sense gratification. And whereas the selfless man, he'll be getting the gifts from the God because he is just a take care. See, if a king is there and a gardener is there, so the gardener will be the in charge of taking care of all the plants in the garden. But at all the roses or all the flowers that are grown in the garden, that are to be offered to the king. Yes, the same way here also, just a family. If you are taking the family, if they are all everything is correct, everything he sees as just as a take care, he'll be in the divine position. If he sees that everything is done by me, it is demonic. And everything I possess is earned by my own ability, skill, and hard work. Again, will come under demonic qualities, which we are having more in this Kali Yuga. And whereas here in the divine, they says that this is the gift, so I have to be very grateful, so I have to take care of them. Then this divine quality, it is people know they don't, they'll be thinking before acting. But what will be, how will be, but we won't do like that. See, everything, no, whatever we do, if it is dealing with money in human or anything, once what happened, no, the father of Krishna is Nand Maharaj, no? So Nand Baba was once speaking to Gargamuni. So Gargamuni is the family priest of Nand Maharaj. So at that time, Nand Maharaj was every time busy with because as a Vaishya, he's very busy with his business and other things. So every time Gargamuni used to come, then at that time, when he was having an interaction, whenever you come only, we'll be having an association so that we can hear this transcendental knowledge. What is the transcendental knowledge? And you are here to make us as devotee. What Gargamuni used to say, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Seva. So this is what, if a devotee, because if he is in a divine qualities, what he will be doing every time, he doesn't act indirectly. Somebody is also going to provoke him, he doesn't have any type of provocation. He says everything, this is as per the will of the Lord. But demonic people, they will be different. They will say that, no, I want to do like this because I'm getting this much of profit, so I'm going to do this much. So they will be in that. But actually, the divine people, they'll be following the gurus, advice, sadhu, and scriptures. That is, they'll be following the different rules and regulations what are reflected. Coming to demon, they say that I don't care anybody. I don't need any type of control. I want to be independent. Actually, we are independent. We are not independent because we are controlled by the modes of nature. We are not independent. But the foolish members, like we are, as we are moodas, we'll think that we are independent and we are doing everything. And whatever the fruits we are getting, that are only for the pleasure, only for timely being. They are temporary, immediate pleasures to the goal. But here, when the person is following the divine qualities, he is going to get the knowledge of Krishna, the transcendental knowledge, and how. What is the goal? We have the goal to go to back home, back to Godhead. From where we came, we need to go back to our house. So at that timeline, these divine quality members, they will be in the external life of bliss. They'll be in every time happy because they are equiposed. They don't differentiate anyone or anything like that. If we are going to have such a people, these demonic people, they will be always in the type of eating, mating, defending, eating, everything, thing, and they will be in the cycle of birth and death every time going through that. But here in the divine people, what they will be doing? Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Seva. So they'll be very happily doing in the Seva, in the temple or anywhere. All these divine qualities, these persons will be doing that. Just like all of us, because we are also doing, no? See, if these demonic people are just like abandoned children, such as orphans or any will be, no, they don't have any type of fatherly relation. They don't have mother and father to take care. But coming towards the divine quality, they have the father, they are catching their father hand so that they are going to have everything because they don't need to be worried of anything. But to lead a life of an orphan, they have to take care of themselves, they have to take care of surroundings, everything. It is very difficult. But everybody wants to be in that independent way. But here, the divine people or the divine qualities of the people, they want every time the helping hand. So we are just like a lost son of a millennial father. When we retrieve our eternal relationship with the father, that is Krishna, we become truly happy. This must be our true nature because we need to retrieve our eternal relationship with Krishna to become truly happy or eternally blissful or to get liberation. Just the saintly qualities. Now we are in this stage where we are crying because we don't know the actual happiness. But what the momentary happiness only, we are very happy with something. And at that moment, we may be happy. Later on, again cry. Why? Because this material world is Ashashvitam and Dukkhalayam. So every step and everywhere, all this different types of desires will be arising. And by these desires, you will be every time going in that route of following, yielding that to achieve the goal of that desire. So sometimes you'll end up happy, sometimes you'll end up morose. But when you are attached, when you are making Krishna as a center in your life, and you are doing all the category, all the different circumstances, different as per, because every soul is having its independence and according to the circumstances, according to its nature. But whenever the soul wants to catch the hand of Krishna or to take the shelter of Krishna, then it becomes truly happy. So in the first, let let us first take the translations of first three slokas of 16th chapter. Then I'll explain other details.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, go ahead, Prabhu.
The divine and chapter 16, the divine and demonic nature, text 1, 2, 3. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly man endowed with divine nature.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We'll discuss this 26 qualities. What are this out of these 26 qualities? These some of the qualities are from sannyasi, some of the qualities are for gruhastha, some of the qualities are for all of us. It depends upon the varnashrama system also. Because we are born in different no. Some people may be sannyasi, some people may be according to varna and ashrama dharma, these qualities are divided. But these are the qualities what the divine souls are going to have. We'll just discuss them in detail. Okay. What are the here? We have seen that 26 godly qualities are there. Lord Krishna lists 26 saintly characters of saintly qualities that elevate one to the banyan tree and ultimately leads to liberation. What we want in our in time of that, we also want this liberation. We need to go back to Godhead. So these are the qualities what we have to implicate so that we also have to go back to Godhead. Any one of you?
Yeah, 26 qualities discussion in the purport. Main theme of chapter 16 explains divine and demonic natures, their qualities, relationship with modes, their advantages and disadvantages. Connection with the chapter 15, extra roots of the banyan tree were also compared to the activities of the living entities, some auspicious and some inauspicious. How these qualities either demonic or divine develop. By association with particular modes, demonic develops from mode of passion and ignorance, no possibility of liberation. Their destiny is as follows: either one stays as human in material world or descends to lower forms like animal species, etc. Divine develops from mode of goodness. Such activities are called Daivi Prakriti, transcendental by nature. They are considered auspicious for progress on the path of liberation. What are the symptoms for the divine? Leads a regulated life according to the injections of the scriptures. How to develop? One can develop this quality by practice and gradually rise to the highest platform. Importance of the word abhijadasya. Impulse one born of. In this verse, it refers to one born of transcendental qualities, godly tendencies. Reference Vedic scriptures. It is very important to beget a child in godly atmosphere. Garbhodana samskara.
Garbhadana samskara. Garbhadana
Okay.
samskara.
Garbhodana samskara recommended. What is that Garbhodana samskara, Mataji?
Now just read out, you'll know it. I'll
Okay,
say
okay.
it.
Garbhodana samskara recommended. It implies to beget a child in godly atmosphere. To have a child with godly qualities, one should follow the 10 principles for social life of a human being. Refer BG 7.11. I am sex life which is not contrary to religious principle. What is the purpose of Varnashrama Dharma? Not meant to divide society according to birth. Only basis is educational qualification, guna and karma. Purpose to keep society in peace and prosperity. The sannyasi is the head or spiritual master of all social statuses and orders, including Brahmanas. Brahmana is spiritual master of other three social orders. Hare Krishna.
So now you know the difference between demonic and the divine qualities. I have explained you before. And how this association is important by association with the particular modes. What are the particular modes? If it is demonic, it is mode of passion and ignorance. If it is divine, it is the mode of goodness. So, what is the results of demonic? They will be falling in the form of human life, or they may be coming towards descending the lower forms of animals, or the lower forms of the species of animals and other species. But for divine, they get with the saintly people, what is the result? It is liberation. How? How? Because they are following the rules and regulations and they are developing these qualities. How we can develop these divine qualities? Only by abhyasa. How we can practice and gradually rise? Yes, only by doing abhyasa, we can also cut the roots of demonic qualities and we can implement divine qualities. Yeah. Here the word abhijasyata means when this samskaras, when a man and woman gets married, he'll be given even the muhurta for garbhadana samskara, because these are the samskaras before the born of a boy. We'll be doing this. So this is garbhadana samskara. Garbhadana samskara means a woman is implanted with the semen of the male. That is Garbhadana Samskara. Means to get. Garbhadana Samskara is mainly meant, it's not for sense gratification, but it is meant to to beget children to make the children grow in Krishna consciousness atmosphere. So that because these samskaras are that before the baby is born only, in our Krishna consciousness, if we want to beget the boy or girl with divine qualities, these people who are the devotees now, they will be doing chanting. We'll be doing normally per day, we may be doing only 16 rounds. But these people who wanted to have their boys and their family members to be seen to be born with all the divine qualities, then they will be, the husband and the wife, they will be chanting more than, they'll be chanting nearly 50 to 64 rounds daily so that they get the divine qualities of a child, so that the child will be devotee and their life of purpose is fruitful. So that is called Garbhadana Samskara. And also this Varnashrama system, yeah. Now we'll be seeing it. What are the qualities? These are the divine qualities. So first quality is fearless. Fearless means every time every moment what we are spending, we'll be having a lot of fear. For this I'll give you an example of Haridas Thakura. Haridas Thakura was just living in a cave nearby the forest, and there was a big snake, just a python snake. Also, it was living in that cave. So Haridas Thakura was in such a state because he was a liberated soul and he was the incarnation of Brahma. So he was in such a state that when he saw the snake, he thought that I'm also the child of the god and the snake is also the child of the god. So why to fear it? It will do its things, and I'll be here, and I'll be chanting because I'm doing chanting for the pleasure of the Lord. But the snake is resting for its sense gratification. So let it be. So every time Hadas Chakura is to chant without having any type of fear for the snake. So what happened when some of the Vaishnavas wanted to visit this Haridas Thakura, and the same cave, the snake was also there. So everybody was being lot of fear. When somebody wants to go and meet Haridas Thakura, they have to go into the cave. After entering the cave, when they have seen the snake and other things, they were very afraid because they are having the fear, but the snake will go by. Because the nature of the snake is, if somebody is to hurt it or not, if something is going to happen, I'll bite this and I'll kill this person. That is the nature of the snake normally. So they can't change the nature of the snake, but we can change ourselves. So they were thinking how to approach after seeing this, because some of the Vaishnavas are coming and he is unable to meet the Vaishnavas. At that time, Haridas Thakur told, no, I will only change the cave because the snake, it can stay here. So by feeling in his heart, Haridas Thakura, at that time, I don't know how the snake got its nature. The snake, before Haridas Thakura wanted to leave the cage, the snake only left the cave and it went off. Haridas Thakura was staying there and he was chanting 192 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra nicely in that forest. See, such a person, Haridas Thakura was a fearless man. That is Abham. So, what is the first character of a sannyasi? Because it is actually divided as per Varna and Ashrama also. Because the sannyasi is the true spiritual master of everybody. So, the first qualification of a sannyasi is fearlessness. Means he's every time completely depend upon the God's mercy, and he's alone without any guarantee of support. If we see a person, he's very alone, but he's every time completely he's dependent on the supreme mercy. And he's convinced that his Paramatma, the Paramatma feature of the Lord will give all the protection. Because the sannyasis are the surrender soul. Because they are the elevated people. So they are every time surrendered to the clouds and completely dependent on Krishna. So they are every time fearlessness. And also these sannyasis, sattva samsuddhi, that is purification of one's existence. How will the sannyasi act? He will be following rules and regulations and he will forbid intimate relationship with women. And the main thing is he must be very strict because women are the means of sense gratification for men. If it is for the woman, it is the men, vice versa. So here the example is the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very strict in his sannyasi that if one person was there, he was known as Chota Haridas Thakur. He has taken sannyasa, but he used to speak to different ladies normally. So it has to be profited because sannyasi means he has to see all the women only in the sense of mother. She is the Mataji or mother. But Haridas Thakura reflected, so he was benefited of sannyasa. And here also, how the sannyasa is going to cultivate his knowledge, Jnana Yoga Vyavastita. What is his duty? His duty is he has taken sannyasa, so he has to cultivate his transcendental knowledge. How he has to be? By doing his swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means learning from the scripture, taking the orders of Guru, because he is strictly following the rules and regulations, no? So he must cultivate everything by using only the transcendental knowledge, that is the spiritual knowledge. And then the sannyasa is also because he has taken sannyasa, he can't cook for himself. He has to beg the alms per door to door. At that time, why the sannyasas or different sages, why they are going to take the alms from other people? Why? Because they beg from door to door. For what reason? To give us the spiritual realizations and the spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. How Gargamuni, when he went to Nand Baba, Nand Baba was saying, every time you will come, you're going to give us Krishna consciousness, or every time the spiritual consciousness, because they are spiritual people, they'll mercifully give the spiritual knowledge. That is, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Ishna, Karo Krishna Seva, or Karo Krishna Siksha. So every time will be giving us this Krishna consciousness, because we are a very fallen soul. We don't have that, but they are very merciful in giving everything. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the form of a devotee, and he has given Harinam Sankirtan to us. Where next comes this charity. Charity means because sannyasi cannot do the charity. He can take the charity, but he is not earning anything for his livelihood. So he is dependent on Grihastha. And he begs no. How he begs? He begs with very humility. And also the sannyasa is there, no, when he is following the orders of Guru, what, no, after taking different alms, everything, he will take everything to Guru. If the Guru cooks and offers everything to Krishna, and if the Guru is going to give anything to this sannyasi boy, he will he will accept it. If the Guru has not given, he won't take anything. He has to be in fasting days only. But coming to Gruhastha, everything is given, because Gruhastha is a person, he's earning. He's earning in the society. He's earning for his livelihood. So he has the ability to give donation or charity. So how will be the Gruhastha? How, to whom we have to give the charity is also the person. The place, the time, and the person is also important, because the person must be in mode of goodness. If the person is in mode of passion, he will take the charity and he will also do the same thing. So in that way, we'll be having lots and lots of this bogus personality. So we have to see that. So how we suppose we need to have, as the rule of a Gruhastha is, he has to spend 50% in propagation of Krishna consciousness. So in 50%, we can take, how we can take? We can take that by, if you are going to take, if you are making your house as a dam, and you are asking some of the people to come and you are cooking prasadam for them, that is also one type of charity. And also, if you are going to into going on trips to different pilgrimages like Vrindavan, Madura, everything, for that you are spending, that is also one type of giving charity to Krishna consciousness, because you are also elevating. If you are elevated, you can give that mercy to others. And also the main thing is, we have to give charity to Iskcon temples, because they are doing the service to different members, because they'll be giving charity of when we are giving charity of Bhagavad Gita to any other person, even because the temples are linked with such a connection that they will go to different places where we can't go, just as jails or anything. We can't go and meet the person who is in the jail, and we can't give Bhagavad Gita. But these temples and some of the organizations, they are connected, no? So at that time, they can also, in that way also, we can propagate Krishna consciousness. But when we are doing charity, we have to do in manasa, vacha, karmana. In all the three, purely we are going to give charity to the some person, so that they will be elevated, and this is only for the propagation of Krishna consciousness. If you are giving charity for different hospitals so that the sick may be benefiting, again, if now we are going to give charity, that in the next life you will be getting the double of it, and you are going to engage in the bondage of Janma Mrutyu Jara Vyadi. So when you are giving charity, you have to see that it is for the building of temples, for propagation of Krishna consciousness, or for prasada or anadana or anything related to Vishnu Alaya, so that it will be in a type of Krishna consciousness, charity, so that you won't be attaching that amount again in your next lives. If you are going to give the charity towards different hospitals or different persons, then it will be coming as a bondage to us for the next life. So we have to be very careful. And next, we must be having very self-control. Self-control means that is Dhamma. Means the sex life, we in self-control mostly Prabhupada will be speaking about the sex life, and we must be controlled towards this. And also sex life is only given for even to get to beget children for propagation of Krishna consciousness movement only. Because to give a devotee child, we need to have, but it is because as Krishna says that I am also a sex life. I am the one. He is the one in that, no? He will say that sex life is also coming from Krishna only. So everything is coming from Krishna. So the self control must be especially for gruhasthas. And coming to the thing is sacrifice. Nowadays, Agnihotra sacrifices for Vayu, for different types of rains and other things. But it is not possible because we are not getting the pure qualities of material or pure persons who are doing this Agnihotra yajnas. So, what is the most perfect yajna? What we are doing in Kali Yuga is the Sankirtan yajna. So, for Sankirtan yajna, no qualification required. Anyone can do it, and it is most inexpensive and it gives high benefits. And the way Svadhyaya means the Vedic study. Oh, the brahmacharis will be doing, or the sannyasas, or the student life. Everyone will have to go for the student life, no? At that student life, they have to, brahmacharis must be celibacy. They used to maintain this celibacy so that their mind, everything is focused in that Vedic literatures. Austerity, tapas. This tapas will come for vanaprasthas. Vanaprasthas are the persons who are above the age of 50. About the age of 50, at the age of 50, they have to completely come out of the sex life, and they have to be using their body, mind, and tongue for knowing, for reading of Vedic scriptures, or for doing in different sastric studies, and for going back to, they have to make to way part for their transcendental or for liberation. So this is the one we have to, this we tapas means it's for vanaprasthas, or the person who he is in that. Simplicity. Simplicity means everything we must be simple and straightforward. Simple living, high thinking. The same way, non-ahimsa. The one non-ahimsa means we must see we must not do any type of violence towards different living entities. These goats, goats, chicken, and other things. All the that is ahimsa. So non-ahimsa. And truthfulness, everything, every time we must be in a stage that we need to say Satyam. Because if some people are there, especially coming to this Bhagavad Gita, Gita and commentaries, no, what we have heard from the authorities, we must be in such a way that I am only the parrot. What the acharyas have said, I am speaking only that. I must not go beyond it. So that is the truthfulness for me. So it depends from personal interest, because everybody will be having their personal interest. They will be doing the Vedic instructions according to that. We must not, means every time we must not, at any point of time, we must not misinterpret. We must never misinterpret Bhagavad Gita commentaries, which are processed under the understanding of Vedas. So how is the Shruti? The same we have to say. And again, freedom from anger or akrodha. Because if it is any type of provocative situations or any type of circumstances also, we must keep our intelligence higher than our emotions. At that time, we can be. Why we are going to get anger when we say something, when we contemplate on that, so that we will be in a stage when we are not going to get that same thing, we'll be in that anger. Or depending upon, so many people will be there, they'll be agitating us, but we must be in that position to keep our mind calm, so that we'll be free from anger. Whatever may be the situation, it is the situation that is given by Krishna. So we have to face it. Krishna is going us to give the strength. So in this way, when our mind is trained in this way, we won't have any of type of anger. At that time, we'll be having free from anger. Renunciation. Renunciation means every time, whichever the way. if it is my Vak Shakti or if it is my area or the circumstances, whichever may be the situation, I need to use my best of my abilities in Krishna service. That is my renunciation. Tranquility means every time to be in equipoise, peaceful, without having any type of disturbing of emotions. And aversion of fault finding. This is the one which I have most, because when I see a person, no, unknowingly only I'll be saying, oh, this person is like this. So if he would have improved in this manner, he would be a very humble person. It may be for good or bad, but whenever we see a person, we have to only see the good qualities of the person, because when we see a white paper with a black spot, we everybody will see only the black spot, because that is the black. But nobody will be interested in seeing that the paper is full of white. So how we must be in such a state that never do any type of corrections to other persons. We must correct ourselves by we must not find any faults in other person. Instead, we need to find good qualities in them, and we must be in that stage to appreciate that good quality, so that we can get out of this aversion of fault findings. And we must be compassionate to all the living entities. How can we be compassionate? By giving different scriptural knowledge. What is the scriptural knowledge? That is Bhagavad Gita. By giving them the bead bag to chant the holy name of the Lord, or by giving Bhagavad Gita book, so that they can hear the classes, they can read them, they can do little bit swajay by themselves, so that they can also develop this quality of compassion. Freedom from covetousness. Covetousness is nothing but greedy. We must not be greedy when you are doing any type of charity. You must not say that charity means how will be Lord Karna is there, no? The character of Karna from Mahabharata. Karna is said that Danavira Shura Karna. Whoever comes, normally the Kshatriya is a person, whoever the Brahmanas or anybody will come to him, they are going to beg the alms, he has to give. But why this Karna is praised? No, because he has given all his, he has given his kavacha. That is the kavacha from when he is born. He has given that kavacha to his mother, because his mother has asked without saying no. He has given everything. Whoever may be coming, if it may be the kingdom or anything, also he is ready to act, to give off anything in charity. So he is, because we at the time of charity, if we feel that no, I'll be giving him later, I may not be having that much money, so I can't take it. So at that time, giving charity becomes useless. So we must be freed from that greediness also. And gentleness again, it will be friendly to all the living entities. We must be equiposed to all the living entities. If it is an ant or a worm, we must be. See, here one more example is there. No, one time, no, Srila Prabhupada was sitting for prasadam in a row with all his disciples, and he was taking prasadam. At that time, what happened? No, one fly was coming and sitting on the one grain of rice. So all the disciple mm, who was giving rice and dal and curry in each of the plate, no, when he came name there, he had seen that fly, no, he was making shoo so that the fly used to jump. At that time, Srila Prabhupada, what he has done, no, he had taken the 4 to 5 grains there, and he kept beside it. So after this person has left, the fly came there and it started eating the rice. See how compassionate. If we are in that person, no, we'll show it and we'll leave that. We'll leave that plate and we'll get the other plate. But here Srila Prabhupada was very compassionate, that he thought that this is also the child of the Supreme. So I have to, it wanted to eat the prasada, so I'll also give it little bit. So he gave the little bit of prasada and it started eating. By seeing also, he was very smiling. Srila Prabhupada was smiling and he was taking his prasad. See, such a person. Means such a gentle person, or you can say that what you can say, modesty person or anything. Means he was determined that it also has to, even if flying also is a person that it has to be also taken the prasad of the Lord. See, means he is having such a determination in his Krishna consciousness. He want even that, even a small ants or anything also, he is to give the prasad of Krishna. That was his patience and determinations. But we, at this time, we don't even have a little bit of that, as per myself. So this modesty means different types of abominable. We must not perform abominable actions. Steady determination. Steady determination means every time having patience in whatever we are doing in it. Vigorous. Vigor means again it comes to Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas means they are the people who needs to protect, because Kshatriyas are the kings at that time. So they are going to protect the lower persons. Means they are giving protection to Brahmanas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. So every time them, and they must pose that there won't be any type of violence. Without having violence, they have to protect. And forgiveness, especially forgiveness is also for each and every one of us. It's not but especially for kshatriyas, because at that time kshatriyas by their ego nature they used to is to be many wars. So this was especially for them. So forgiving minor and different types of scrubbing of different enemies, and so that they are also, they, in the varnashrama system, they, this is especially for kshatriyas. But forgiveness is not only for Kshatriyas, but it is for all the ranges, all the different Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Varnas. And fortitude, it is emotional strength. How we are going to do, if it is a var, how the Kshatriya is going to deal with them internally and externally. So this is especially given for Kshatriya or Dhiraha. Cleanliness, saucham. It is for both. It is for all of us. That is, if it is internally, it is mind and in mind, and if it is externally, it comes to your body. Cleaning your body twice a day. Internally, by doing chanting, in chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we can clean our mind and heart. Freedom from enemy means not resentful to anybody. Means here also, every time we must be free from enemy, but we have to practice this. Freedom from passion and honor. Every time, if sometimes what will happen, no, we will be expecting. Why we will be having this envy? Because we are expecting things so much, and that expectation is not covered by the others. So at that time, there is a possibility of enemy. If we are not going to expect anything, if he is going to give us honor or dishonor, we don't have any effect. See, honor and dishonor, this from Srimad Bhagavatam, what happened? No, all at the time in the universe, all were doing some sacrifices. At that time, Brahma, Shiva, all the different Prajapatis, different members were sitting there, and the yajna was going on. At that time, Daksha Prajapati entered the arena of that sacrifice. Daksha Prajapati is the son of Brahma. So, but when the Daksha Prajapati, with all his affluence, he entered the sacrificial arena, all the persons, the Brahmanas, everybody, they stood up and they greeted with most respect. And at that time, no, this Brahma and Shiva were, Shiva was in deep trance, and Brahma was also sitting. These both were sitting there. At that time, Daksha Prajapati came to Brahma and he offered obeisances, because he's his father's and he was a great person. So he offered. And at that time, Shiva was in transcendental meditation of the on the lotus feet of the Lord. Vasudeva. So at that time, no, Daksha Prajapati they spoke in that sacrificial, no, I need to say that, because he is having that fear that Shiva has not honored him. Means Shiva, Lord Shiva has not shown his respect. He was indirectly, means Daksha is a Brahmana. When somebody Brahmana is coming, everybody used to get up. But Shiva is the direct. He's a Vaishnavanam Yadashambho. He's the direct disciple of Rama or Krishna, and he's a devotee. devotee, and this devoteeness, no, he'll be every time connected to Vishnu, and he'll be every time in transcendental meditation only. So when the Prajapati came, Prajapati has given his daughter Daksha to Lord Shiva by the order of Brahma. So at that time, no, when Prajapati he was there, Daksha Prajapati, he was seeing that Lord Shiva is not standing and he is not honoring me, because this Prajapati wanted Lord Shiva to stand up and respect him. But but the Lord Shiva was in trance. At that time, he starts shouting, "What is this? Shiva is doing this. He is not respecting." Because at that time, what happened? No, when you are going to expect some honor from other person, if you are not going to receive it, at that time, envy starts from your heart. At that time, he was having lot of envy with Lord Shiva. And again, in the second sacrifice, when he was doing other sacrifice in place of Daksha, he didn't invited Lord Shiva, and he also cursed Lord Shiva that the benefit of that the share that must be given to the Lord Shiva is banned. So in that way, even this envy feature is not freed if they are in demigods or any other species. So it takes lot of patience to come out of that freedom of envy. So these are the 26 qualities what we need to develop so that we come towards the divine qualities. So these 26 qualities, it is when we develop, we can go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna, I'll end my session today. Any doubts or anything?